action. Oh, sorry, I have to say it twice.
That's fine.
Hey guys, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Sus podcast. And today we're joined by our very esteemed guest, the nigga that keeps me fresh and faded, Maverickdabarber.
What's going on?
Let's go. Should be like, we should just clap again. Yeah, we're going through the motions.
I would introduce myself. You already know the host. Just before we get on to the episode, Ali has something to say.
I'd like to give an acknowledgement to country, pay our respects to the Darug people, being the traditional custodians of this land.
Let's go.
Let's go, Raz.
All right, so every episode we have a guest. We always have to, run the audience through the guest's origin story. So, Maverick, why did you start with barbering, and how did you start with barbering?
So I started about 2 years ago. I started, it was just a mess around, to make more money, and I started cutting hair, practicing on my dad and my cousin.
What were they getting?
Oh man, like messed up skin face. It was really bad. Like I didn't have the proper tools for it.
Yeah.
But over time, eventually got better at it. I got the hang of it. I started cutting more of my mates, and
Like this bloke?
Yeah.
When you say you didn't have the tools for it, was it just like cheap?
Yeah, it was
$40.
like a $30 set from Shaver Shop.
Wow.
Yeah. And eventually, because during that time I was at KFC as well. Wasn't making much, so it was hard for me to buy tools, but, I saved up for it, and yeah.
2 years ago, right? How old are you now?
18.
So, what, 16?
Yeah.
So you would have been in school then, eh?
Yeah.
All right, okay. And that wasn't your main priority back then? Or was it just more cutting hair?
Yeah,
I mean, if you're taking it as a career, I think it's more important to just
so
step into that field right now.
I was skipping a lot of classes. Started year 11.
Oh, you're incriminating yourself again.
Skipping a lot of classes.
Yeah, I mean,
Kids at home, we do not condone this kind of behaviour.
I don't.
I never skipped classes back in my days.
Yeah.
You used to call me when you used to skip classes.
Nigga, my mum watches this, man.
There's a lot of things she doesn't know. There's a lot of things she doesn't know yet that she'll learn. This is
now you're just making me look like... Okay, anyways.
Razzy's mom.
So, obviously, I started getting haircuts with you back in 2019. I'd say mid to late 2019.
Yeah, around there.
So, that was, before the big COVID-19. So, how did you handle that? Being a barber during those lockdown times, it would have been peak. It would have been...
It took a huge hit, because you're very close to people, like when you're cutting hair, so that's not possible. With the whole pandemic.
Unless you wear like a hazmat suit or something.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do that, but yeah, it definitely took a huge hit. I wasn't cutting from home. The shop I worked at in that moment wasn't, was closed down. So yeah, it took a huge hit, but we came back from it.
Yeah, we rise, we move. What was I gonna ask?
You're working at a shop, is that correct?
Yeah.
So was that your first barbershop, or did you work in somewhere else before that?
Nah, I've worked at a few barbershops.
And do you think that helped? Because I know cutting hair, it's your own individual.
Oh yeah.
Can you really have someone standing around you or do this and that? So working there, did it really help?
I think it's more being in a barbershop, like the environment. Like you learn a lot more than just cutting from home.
I think even being exposed to different type of haircuts gets you to kind of learn different.
100%. Yeah. Because cutting from home, who comes in that door. So
yeah, I walk in and you're like just the usual. Yeah. So
being in a barbershop, everything's different there. Being around different barbers, you pick up their technique. So
that's true.
You definitely learn more being at a shop. So
do you have someone you look up to when it comes to bar?
Oh man, big influencers like Vic Blends. He's one of the best. Everyone not even barbers watch 360 Jeezy.
Okay.
So I'd watch them. But yeah, I definitely look up to a lot of barbers.
Do you do those not weird designs, but like those designs with the shaver and just, you have something imprinted on the side of their head? Do you do those or not? Not really?
No, not really.
Not?
I'm more focused on fading and, stuff like that.
Let's get faded.
What do you think about, speaking of haircuts, what do you think about his haircut right now? Honest.
Bro,
if you want to be brutally honest. It's been about a week, eh?
Well, your hair grows back quick, man.
It actually does.
My hair takes a long time to grow
I know.
back.
You take up to about a month, don't you?
Yeah.
But, I get it trimmed every month, I'd say.
Not even.
A month and a half, 2 months. 2 months.
You have people who get trimmed every week.
Yeah,
like
but
not
my
even.
hair just doesn't grow back that far.
Like remember Pasha on the podcast for the audience? He used to is every week, every Wednesday,
Every week,
10 a.m. I
every
think.
Wednesday,
yeah, and he got 2 haircuts this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pasha, I think it was just yesterday.
Yeah, he had his powerlifting comp.
Yeah, he competed.
I saw he did
Congrats.
big shout out to Pasha out there. You know, killing it, doing his
Doing
thing,
big things.
Lifting big things.
going ultra instinct with his grey silver hair.
Okay, Mav. We got a few questions from the audience regarding, I don't know, haircuts, barber, like whatever it could be. Do you want to...
Yeah, first one, I think this one might have something to do with this customer over here as well. Ever purposely mess up a haircut because the client was an asshole?
Yeah, man.
That's got nothing to do with me.
Me personally, I don't counter with a lot of holes. It's more so like, you know, like when someone's late, like 20 minutes late. I don't mess it up on purpose. It's more so I have to rush it because I run by bookings, so I'm left with
nothing
like
petty.
I'm left with like less time to cut their hair. So I guess like I've never really like recently I haven't messed up any haircuts, but at the start definitely.
But even though, like, it's not on purpose, right?
100%, yeah. But
there's no evil intent.
no.
You know, he's not
Never.
lethal.
Yeah,
But
Do you think there are barbers that would do that?
maybe I don't know.
100%.
Oh,
If you're a prick, like
If
a
you're-
barber
yeah.
will push you back.
If you're a petty barber, bro, like they'd push you back.
Imagine your hairline.
100%.
Send your hairline back to 1778.
What's the most like screwed up moment? Like, have you had an experience that's like,
I think
that's another question, yeah, that's
worst experience.
Worst experience. I don't think there's one specific, experience, but one thing I hate the most is when people like fall asleep. When I say fall asleep,
What?
when I say
I've
fall
seen that
asleep, like
happen.
how do they fall asleep?
Bro,
like the buzz
Once they got
sound.
like a vibrating what?
Yeah.
How does that
Pause.
work? Yeah, pause.
Like people that sleep, there's two different types, right? There's people that stay still while
Bro,
they
he's
sleep.
done so much haircuts. He knows there's two different
Yeah,
types.
there's people that stay still, which is fine by me. Like, like less talking, more cutting. It's fine by me. But when there's people that like, fall out the seat or like bob their head down, it's so annoying, man.
Yeah.
I've had a few of those, but
Did you just like wake them up?
So how do you cope with that? Like just smack him.
Just smack him in the back of the head.
So when I'm cutting them, right?
I like your cut, G.
Well, when I'm cutting them, like I tend to do it on purpose, but when I'm grabbing their hair, like I tend to like squeeze the top of their head just to wake them up, and I go really rough. I like go harder with the clippers just to wake them up, but it doesn't seem to work sometimes.
I noticed with barbers, like to keep them awake could be like keeping conversation, of course. What's the like the most awkward conversation you've ever had with someone?
That's a good question.
Like have they ever got too personal? Have they kind of said something they shouldn't have said, and you just have to like filter yourself?
There was one client.
Can you share it on?
I don't know, man.
Don't worry, he won't be watching.
I don't know, but he was telling me about like how he divorced with his wife.
Oh.
Mind you, that was the first time I cut him as well. So
So it got really personal.
It got very personal.
And has he been coming? Has he been coming back again, like frequently?
He came for a few months,
and then you haven't seen him.
I think after last year he just stopped. So
it got pretty personal straight away.
Yeah, very. And like sometimes I'm fine with having a deep conversation with someone, but when it's that personal, it puts me in an awkward situation.
So what did you have to kind of like? How would you respond to that?
I don't know because I can't relate to it.
And you can't really laugh it out or like crack a joke midway.
Because it's so personal, you know.
Yeah,
So,
I divorce. You just make something up and say I divorced my wife as well. You know?
like but
It's
sometimes
tough.
like I can't like some. Alright, sometimes I make a lie just to make them feel like I relate to them.
Have you lied to me, Maverick?
No,
I'm just gonna reference it.
sometimes. No, like divorce is one thing I can't.
It's the funniest thing.
But
Yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah.
It's just a question that I think every barber should be. Have you ever had anyone cheat on you? Like when it comes to barbers? Have you watched Anwar Jababi?
Yeah,
You
he
seen that
cheated
video
on
of
his
him
barber,
with his
yeah.
barber? How he cheats on his barber?
Yeah.
Have you had anyone get like a fresh haircut and you see him walking by you?
yeah, all the time.
Does it get awkward?
Me-
Like
nah.
I'm asking a barber like straight up.
Well, from me, I don't care much. Like if someone goes to someone else for a haircut, they might have a reason to it.
Yeah.
Like I might not be available when they are. So when that's the case, I don't
What
mind.
happens if like your best? Like what happens if it's your cousin?
Oh man, I'd
Family ties.
I'd flip. But me personally, I don't mind it just because
Yeah.
sometimes I can only
Do
cut
so much.
many
Yeah,
people,
so many. So how many days so you're working from home?
Yeah.
And then you're working somewhere else, like for someone. How many days are you working from home?
3 to 4.
Okay, and that are you full? Like packed
like
out?
full on days, man. Like
8 hours a day? Or is that nothing?
maybe from 9 up until 8 p.m. So nearly.
But
12
yeah, you
hours.
must have a break in between.
Yeah, I'd have like an hour break during the
Bro,
day.
that's like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit 10 hours.
It gets
but
intense.
you
sometimes.
love doing what you do, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the cash is rolling in, so he's cheering.
It's not that. It's mostly like when I have a whole day of cutting mates. That's a good day for me. It doesn't even feel like 12
that's true.
hours.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. You don't get awkward. You don't. You
Yeah.
know, it's pretty good. That's.
You
So
ever,
then
you ever had someone get a fresh cut, fresh trim, and then they chuck a hat on?
oh, bro, yeah. All the time. Like every time they do it, I just yank their hat off. Bro, yeah, it's annoying.
Has he done it?
Nah. Lucky he doesn't suit hats, so that's good. But oh man, like I'd spend like 40 minutes cutting their hair, trying to give them the best haircut.
that's why you wear a hat every time you get a haircut, eh? Like I'll
Do
see you the next time, like
do you ever see me wear a hat?
yeah, always.
When was the last
Oztag,
time
bro,
I wore a hat?
Oztag every time.
Oztag, that's it.
Every time, bro.
That's it.
There was a time where Razak had a straight hair for a few months.
Oh my god!
That was,
Oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah,
That was horrendous.
Yeah, that place.
So I had straight hair. It was during lockdown. So I decided
about him.
Yeah.
to just put it. Just,
Hey, did you hear what he said?
what
Straightest thing about him.
is that? I'm not gonna get the I'm not gonna get the podcast cancelled. Not today, at least. So basically, I put a relaxer in my hair. So I keep have to censor myself. Anyways, I
Remember, you also got a sense.
Yeah, and now you're saying it again.
Yeah, so you got a sense of.
Okay.
You got it.
You know, I'm just not even gonna censor.
Nah,
No, but so I just put relaxer in my hair, and my hair went really straight, and I just looked like I just had to I don't know, just slick it back and wear a hat.
When was this? I don't
This
remember.
was during lockdown.
yeah.
Oh, is this when you wanted to go for braids? Like when you wanted to braid your hair?
No, this was.
And I thought at the start it wasn't permanent, and
then
he came like after the next few haircuts, he still had it, and I'm like, oh, permanent.
So we just had to cut the top and just trim
It's
it
gone
down a
now,
bit. It's
but-
gone now, back to my normal African locks. But now it's calm. But straight hair is not the go. Like I can put a picture up like here. So see, I'm just testing out my editing skills. So right here,
You're not going to be able to.
You're not going to be able to.
The picture's going to be like over here or something.
right here, you're gonna see a picture of me with straight hair. Yeah, easy, calm. But yeah. So did you enjoy cutting my straight hair?
Oh man, it was no.
But are there any cuts that you just look at it and just like, bro, like why did you get this? This does not suit you.
Yeah.
Do you have haircuts you refuse to do? I think that's another question. Yeah.
It depends on the person. Like if I know for a fact the person won't suit a mullet, I'll try my best to convince them.
If
not
he
to get a
asks you,
haircut.
hey, I need a ratty, would you do it?
No. I'm the type, like with my mates especially.
Yeah.
I'm the type of barber to tell them what they want, what I want them to get. Cause
100%.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if they ask for it, I have to give it to them because they're the customers,
You were saying earlier that you focus on fade, fresh fades. Is it true that
That was a big
barbers
pause.
prefer thick hair more than thin hair?
Yeah.
Because it turns out better.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely more of a challenge, shaving it because it's really tough to cut
Of course.
thick hair,
Yeah.
especially his type of hair.
How do you
but-
even? Yeah,
They're really hard.
It's not that hard. Is it?
I don't know. Do you rub that thing against your head? Sometimes is that what you're meant to do?
Sometimes.
And
after
And does
fresh
Mav
cut-
get the comb and just goes like that? It digs in and just.
It's not that easy. Bro,
it's not
do you want to kill me? Do you want to kill me? That would hurt. That would hurt.
Yeah.
I remember my mom and dad used to cut my hair and they just didn't comb it.
I think I've done it to you a few
And
times.
you know
just for
how
fun.
you know how you nappy and
Oh,
it just
bro,
they
yeah.
just break into your hair. I'm just like
But that hair is so fun. I had a friend, Osman. Where
Yeah.
I literally got I made it. You remember Ozzy?
Yeah,
I was back at
yesterday.
school and we would give him a slit because you can do it with that. All you have to do is get the comb and push to one side.
but
yeah.
I'm
It was
just,
like
I'm
a
just
slip.
not going to subject myself
Yeah.
to that anyways. To trims by earshad.
I got another question here. Most cut someone has asked for. You got to censor that as well, by the way. Yeah. And that one.
Even,
Let him answer it.
I don't know. It's mostly like sometimes like when people ask for a mullet and they just can't suit it. That's probably it. Like, you know, sometimes I just can't save the haircut. Or maybe his haircut when he had a straight hair. maybe that was the worst. But you know,
Oh, come on.
it's up there. It's up
It
there.
wasn't that bad.
Okay, well, think about it. The sides of your hair was really like curly, but the top was really straight.
Yeah, but you know,
Embarrassing.
with a hat, you know. Like,
Told you with the hat.
I've got a question from Hisham Falah 63. He asks
At Hisham Fala 63.
Hisham Falah.
Okay, your manager.
When people stare at you when getting a haircut, do you feel uncomfortable?
Oh man, I hate it.
Like, do they look at you like this?
Every time, man. They try to be funny. Like, when mates do it, you know, it's a laugh, you know, haha. But when people, like, you know, I'm not really that close with, they do it to me, I'm just like, just stop.
Wow.
You know? Like, as a joke, I'll try to take their cape off, you know, like, let them walk out. I'll be like, I can't do this. But
Especially when you're like around, you're up the front, lining them up,
the front.
and then they're just like looking
it's
deep
so
into your
uncomfortable,
eyes.
bro. It's so uncomfortable.
How romantic.
I hate it.
So what do you prefer? Just have their eyes closed
Close
or
your
something?
eyes,
or?
man. Like, close your eyes. Or
But that's
like,
advice for us to next time. I don't know.
When my mum was like lining up my beard or my hairline, so I look off into the distance, like just
bro,
in a
look somewhere
different
else,
direction.
bro.
Yeah.
Don't stare into my eyes, bro. It's so uncomfortable. You know?
I feel like if I close my eyes, that might be a little awkward as well. Like,
But it would
because
be
we're having a moment, you know.
I
look away.
Awkward.
I'd rather you close your eyes and
Yeah.
stare at me. So yeah.
But that's awkward.
I think only the guys out there will get this one, but you ever have any guys leaving their elbows up on the chair on the arm?
Bro, yes.
Dang,
If
it's
you know,
awkward,
you know.
doesn't it? Yeah.
If you know, you know. But,
He knows. He knows what I'm talking about.
man, all the time. It happens all the time. Especially when I'm like lining people up. You know, I'm wearing like tight sweatpants.
Bruh.
It's weird. It's so weird. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable.
Fair enough. This is a weird experience. I don't know if it's happened to you, but have you had anyone like get a haircut and then when it comes to the time when they need to pay, and then they're like short?
Oh yeah.
Or they hit the legs.
That's awkward. Yeah. Because what would happen is I used to go to this when I used to like get a haircut somewhere before you. Shout out to Shaq. I don't know if anyone knows. You know him.
Yeah.
But he would cut someone's hair and then it would like a 14 or 13-year-old right after school. Like they'll go finish school, they'll go straight to a haircut, and they'll go walk up to the register and then the guy will be like, oh, it's this much today. Like I don't know, $40 something. Be like, oh, I have this much. And it'll just get so awkward.
Yeah.
And then like I kind of overheard it goes, oh, this is your second time. Like apparently it's happened before.
Really?
Like has that happened? Like that would be so bloody awkward. Like how do you walk in the second time? Like yeah, I'm short again.
For me, I mean, like lately, I've been very strict on that because it has happened to me a few times where people, you know, the first thing they say is,
Come on,
oh,
Raz,
like
pay
I don't
up.
have money right
I
now.
pay up literally on the spot.
Does he owe you money? Be honest.
I literally pay on the spot.
So
Sometimes you've given me tips. So
Yeah, I give you tips as
he
well.
gives you tips, and you owe me so much.
Oh, shut up. Oh, shut
And you
up.
give him tips.
so
Shut
awkward.
up.
All right.
Pause on that note.
Like when people don't pay me right away,
Yeah.
I like sometimes I do forget about it. That's why I had to be like, I have to be more strict. You know, like if you can't pay me straight up, get a cut when you can.
I don't
pay.
know. I don't know how they have the audacity to just walk
Yeah,
off and just
I
like
don't-
I'm like $10 short, $5 short.
I
like,
can never do that.
How do you walk out saying like knowing that I
Yeah.
paid less?
Yeah, I can't.
I don't know how.
Or
Yeah.
how do people feel just running away and just got paid?
Oh,
Like
bro.
after they're just like, oh, I shot you. And I just hit legs.
I've had a few times where I felt that way. Like I thought they would run away because they'd be like, "Oh, I just gotta grab the money from my car."
And then just drive off.
Yeah, but it never happened to me.
So you just feel a little bit
yeah.
unsafe.
Please,
No.
please,
No.
please.
No.
All right. Anyways, so what happened was back at school. All right. So this is we're back. It's year 12. I think 11, year 12, right?
Yeah.
So I'm at Auburn and we're at to Para. Me, him, and I think it was it someone else, I think. It's too thick.
Thick.
Yeah.
It's
Three of
like
us boys as well. It's like four of us boys, right? And we're at Parramatta. Everyone's been to Parramatta, you know? And I don't know what was this barber. I don't know what shop it
It
was,
was
but
Tommy Guns.
Oh,
Tommy
Tommy
Guns,
Guns.
bro.
Okay. This
Worst
guy-
barbershop in the world, bro.
bro, this guy. Okay,
Nigga,
so
what if they
I
see
remember-
this and then press
no,
the
you know what
action?
happened? Listen up, Raz. Listen up. You know why? We were going formal shopping, right? So we're going out suits, whatever. We're designing this guy, and then this guy came because he wanted to get a haircut.
Yeah.
Right. But it wasn't just a haircut. It was a little more than just a haircut. I don't know what it was, but
No, that's it.
Oh, was this the haircut?
It was haircut, line up the beard,
beard
that's
and
it.
all that, right?
Like
and then
armpit.
so that he took too long, right? Us boys were waiting outside, and we'll go suck it. We're going back to school. He had to take the train back. Takes the train, and then he comes back to school, and then asks, "Oh, how was your fade? Like, it looks good, this, that." And I goes, "How much was it? How much was it?
75.
Oh,
$75 dollars
For a haircut.
for a haircut.
Did you get your beard done?
Yeah.
Still
That's
75
ridiculous.
bucks.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you charge? If you don't mind asking,
I charge 40 for
and-
haircut and beard.
Yeah, and 35
Bro,
on
now
top.
I pay 20 now.
75 was 75, was it?
Yeah, it was
That's
75.
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Honestly,
I'm
that's
sure-
ridiculous.
I see
Hey.
like Culture Kings charges like
They
80
are-
But
bucks for a
Culture
haircut.
Kings
yeah.
is like exclusive. Like, who goes to Culture Kings?
Culture
Who
Kings
goes-
is dead.
Who goes to Culture
Dead.
Kings for a haircut, bro?
Bro, unless you're 12 years old,
There
you
you
should
go.
not be going to Culture
Really?
Kings anymore.
How much do
gonna
they
lie.
charge? Like 60?
80 bucks or something.
What?
I saw something
Yeah,
like
bro.
that. Like
I'm not
80
gonna lie,
Wow.
bro. Like before I even started cutting hair, I thought they were like one of the best.
I don't think that was because
Yeah.
I don't know much about like. I'll be
don't
honest, I
think
don't know much
that-
about like
Definitely
haircuts and all that.
cutting hair now. You know, knowing more barbers, it's definitely not. It's not even up.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, 100%.
Like, yeah, I have to be very
But-
like.
But how good could you be with $75? Like,
Bro, there's
you-
like,
Oh,
what's
bro.
his name? You know, Boston Cut in the city. He only charges like, what, 40?
Yeah.
And this guy cuts like every single
Yeah.
rapper and basketball player that comes to the city.
and then this guy from Parramatta, which is like what ground level, 75 bucks.
That's ridiculous. No, that's
World class haircut,
Yeah,
world class
yeah,
fade for
100%.
$40.
Hey, what did you get? Was it like a skin fade? Because I know that's relatively expensive,
Yeah.
but still, $75.
75
and
bucks.
they-
75.
They draw you in with a free beer. That's what they offered me.
That's
bro.
still, bro. Like,
I didn't take it, by the way.
course.
It's Ramadan stuff.
Yeah, it's Ramadan, bro.
But even if it wasn't, you know.
yeah, fair
no, no.
enough. Is there another questions that the audience wants
I think
to ask Mav?
we got through them all.
I think there was another one about his business. Like, I guess his shop.
Yeah, but yeah, we already kind of
Yeah.
spoke about that. It was just like how'd you get started?
Yeah, and then there's also barber school. Like, is that worth it? Barber school?
not
like-
too sure. You know.
Yeah, because I don't know if it, like, if anything, rather than like reading off the books or whatever, I think experience is more important.
There's
Like, you could be
100%.
cutting hair for like 5 years and you got barber school. Like, could it really be worth it? You know what I mean?
It depends. I
And
mean,
I think barber school's overseas. Is that correct?
Yeah.
UK.
yeah.
Okay.
There's one there's a few in UK or America, overseas. I've spoken to a few people that have
Okay.
gone overseas, and yeah, they've said it's pretty worth
Worth
it.
it.
They've learned things that they wouldn't have learned here. So
So you've considered?
yeah,
going
I've,
that way.
I've
Okay.
definitely considered that. you
Yeah.
know. But it's something that's not really in mind right now.
Of course.
Because I'm trying to focus more on opening up a shop more than cutting hair.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now you're cutting off your garage, I think, I believe,
Yeah.
right? And you're planning to open up your shop when?
One
Like,
day, yeah, hopefully.
hopefully?
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that, like, if anyone, let's say me, I don't know how to cut hair, but if I opened up a barber shop, it wouldn't be ideally the best, as opposed to someone like you. Because you would know, like, cutting hair, you could work for yourself whilst hiring other people.
There's
Like-
I mean, it's different. Like, there could be a really good barber that doesn't know how to run a business,
Sure.
or there could be like a really good businessman that doesn't know how to cut hair,
Oh, of course.
and either
yeah.
one could work well. You really have to be good with business as well if you want to open
Mm.
up your own shop. So that's what I'm trying to learn. I'm hoping to study business as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Just so-
robots won't take over the world when
No.
it comes to cutting hair, so
when it
you're
comes to
alright.
that, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So, Mav, have you ever considered becoming like one of those like those road barbers? So like those barbers that travel around the world cutting like rappers' hairs or cutting basketball players' hair and stuff like that. Have you ever considered going down that route?
I've thought about it. That it's different to just like having your own shop, definitely, because
But they get paid. Like,
yeah, they get paid like bank.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the what the
Have you
future holds.
done like a fun? You know those what's it called? Shaving for where people shave their head for money, like
For
a
leukemia and stuff.
yeah. Have you
Walls Go to Shave.
yeah? Have you
Walls Go
been
to Shave.
participating in some
I've
of those? Or?
participated in a few fundraisers.
Okay.
When the bushfire was happening, I did the fundraiser
Oh,
at
hectic.
the Penrith Panthers Stadium. So
Oh,
I did
nice,
that. Yeah.
nice.
I've had a few opportunities, but I haven't taken all of it just because with my schedule sometimes doesn't
pretty
align
busy.
with
Oh,
But
100%.
I'm more than excited to participate in those things as well.
Is it when you say you're busy? Is it the same with the shop up at where you work?
It's
Or is it
mostly at
quiet?
home, like
Okay.
cut at home, just because I work more at home. So sometimes it just doesn't align, or
Oh,
like
of
maybe
course.
I'd have other plans other than cutting hair. But yeah.
I think that's interesting. Yeah. Well, what do you reckon? What's the advice you can give someone if they want to start cutting hair?
Do it. Just
do it. Just go for
bro.
it.
Just 100%. Like, start off with something cheap. You don't have to go all out when starting up. There's definitely things that you really need, but there's things that you don't need when
So
starting up.
how many attempts was it until like you kind of like with your dad and your cousin like how many
2 months into cutting hair, like of just cutting a few mates and family, I got offered a position in a barbershop. And
okay.
yeah, that's when it really took off because I was cutting way more variety of like hair textures and hairstyles. So.
Yeah, and did you have someone looking over you as well, like your employer or someone there?
Yeah,
kind of giving you.
I spent a lot of time like at the start, going out of my way, like going out of school just to watch my workmates cut hair.
Oh, of course.
That's where I learned the most and the quickest. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And now look at your client. Now look at that fresh fade. I don't know if we can say it to the live audience, but we got a fresh fade in the crowd. A fresh fade shows for the camera. Yeah.
Fresh fade. I like your cut, G.
Yeah, I mean, go
speaking of like just starting cutting hair, just getting straight into it and everything, I just want to get your reaction on it. Razzy, you're gonna have to put this one on screen. Where are you gonna put it? Just show them.
Oh, do you want me to show it? Watch this, alright? This is one of our mates, by the way. He'll be on a podcast soon as well, but let's listen to this.
Go missing, glasses on and I'm on a mission. Flashy lights and I start tripping. The morning comes and I'm still kicking and I can't turn back because I come too far.
I promise a little bit.
She's crying. Have you seen it, Raz? No, you haven't seen it, Shelton.
Oh, bro, come
Oh,
on.
that's bad. Have you seen it, Ron?
Yeah, alright.
That was a violation.
No kids allowed. Violation, bro.
Yeah. Bro, what? He's the funniest bloke in this world, bro.
Nah, that was a violation. Bro.
That was. So your haircut wasn't that bad with your cousin?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah. That
wouldn't be a
extreme.
cousin anymore.
No.
Yeah, he wouldn't be sitting there right now.
Yeah.
What do you reckon he would have done with that? Like, it would have shaved the bald, of course, 100%.
There's no saving that, bro. I
You
can't.
can't. Yeah, actually speaking, have you ever had like screwed up? Like, have you ever been in the moment of like during a haircut where you've screwed up and you're like, I can't save this.
Ooh.
Like,
Nah, he can always save it, bro.
like barber, yeah.
You can there's always ways you can save a haircut. But I have had a few times where I'd be cutting and then next thing you know, like I just make a patch,
Shit.
a bald patch.
And do you let them know, or do you just kind of back it up with like something like I don't know, like go one size shorter?
So I think there's one time where a guard fell off by accident. I left the bald patch. I tried fixing it. I didn't tell him right away.
Bro, imagine the guy had his wedding like the next day.
So I tried fixing it first before telling him. It was hard because I had to bring up the fade.
Yeah.
But I had to tell him, I'm like, bro, like, look, there was a patch.
Yeah.
I'm willing.
Oh my god.
Like I was like, I'm willing to give you the cut for free if you're alright with that. Otherwise, like I can recommend you to another barber.
Has he rocked up ever since?
Yeah, he still comes to me to this day. But he was really nice about it. He was like, it's fine. Cause that was like when I was still pretty new during that time.
Of course.
So.
And speaking of that, like, have you had? Because like you said, you say that you're pretty booked, packed. Have you had clients like over time, and then like, but they're being annoying about it, like, oh hey Mav, I need a haircut. Yeah. And you're like, I don't know, you're about to fall asleep, or like not even fall asleep, like whatever. You just have plans.
Yeah, there's one person. I'm not gonna name him.
Drop the name.
But yeah, like every time.
Tommy.
Like he would book in for a haircut. He would miss it I don't know, like if it's on purpose, but he
Well, you
wouldn't
know
rock,
who you are. No, I'm
he
kidding.
wouldn't rock up, and next thing you know, he would just be spamming me with calls or messages, and I'm like, you know, just
And you have to charge him extra? You have to.
yeah, I do.
Oh, 100%.
sometimes, but-
Have you had anyone that would pay you like double the amount you'd charge?
Yeah.
Just because, heck, like, oh, you have?
Yeah, a few times. Like it took me a while to realize how like important haircut is to other people.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
like,
like
getting that skin fade, you know.
Like for me, like I need a haircut. Like if I'm having the
Right now.
right now probably I'll probably see you next week. Or anything like special occasions, they need a haircut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially these days. But you also have people who rock up every week,
Yeah.
even without any haircut.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
bro.
yeah.
Like over time, there's been a few people they get a haircut and they're like, "Fuck, I need this every week." So that's when they
100%.
start coming every week. You know?
My cousin, for example, yeah, I reckon my cousin. I think he's there every fortnight. I was
Comes
with him
every
last
2
night.
weeks,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he wants to come down pretty often, quite often now. Yeah, and you need a haircut as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to take my whole thing off, bro. Like,
that beat.
You should go bald.
huh?
You'll suit it.
I'll go bald.
Yeah.
Are you on drugs? Why you're fasting too, bro? You serious?
What happened to growing your hair out though for braids? Oh, it didn't work out.
Nah, bro.
I mean, we all have.
I don't think that's.
But I think
a necessity.
even with growing your hair, I think there's you would know as well. Like there'll be an awkward stage.
Like, my hair
bro.
was super. Like, my hair
Like
was
there'll be
super
that
long.
awkward stage where you need to wear a hat everywhere you go.
My hair
Always.
was super long when it was straight, but
Yeah.
I had to chop that thing off because, you know, it just wasn't a look. Like it was alright at the start, but towards the end, like you could see, like my natural hair was coming back.
Yeah,
and then, like the
100%.
straight hair was at the top.
Yeah.
So you just had to chop off the
I
top.
remember that look as well.
Yeah, it was.
Who's your number one supporter
me?
for the whole haircut?
Me.
No, I'm not talking about your. Oh, it could be a client actually, but whether it's family, whether it's
Me.
your partner, anyone.
Maybe yeah.
I'm not even gonna show him.
That's how you
that?
look.
Oh, get out of here, man. It wasn't that
I was gonna go right there.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't like that. It was more like I kind of like what's it called? Like just slicked it back, so you didn't really like kind of notice, but you did notice. And I kind of looked like like the penguin from Surf's Up. You know, that's what it looked like, and it was not a look.
Oh, 100%.
But on that sad note, we have to bring this episode to a
Well, I want to know who his number one supporter is. Who's it?
number one
Do you
supporter.
have someone that like kind of is always there for you, even when you're like, oh,
me.
I'm not gonna focus on
Since
school.
day one, bro.
Yeah. So have you got a haircut for him?
Huh?
Have you got a haircut for him?
All
No.
the time.
He can't cheat on his barber.
No, actually, my barber, he's a busy man, so he actually gives me a hall pass to cheat on him from week to week. I'm not even kidding, bro.
Does he actually?
No, alright, so he tells me to go to the shop that he used to work at. He's like, just go, bro, it's alright, I'm busy, or whatever.
You know what you should do, but I know even like barbershops have like loyal cards. Like loyalty cards. Like you should have people who would.
I should have that.
Yeah, like if you have like frequently barbers, you give them like 50% off. So like after like 10 haircuts,
Yeah.
or even other people who aren't as frequent.
I
you can just ask
I
them.
offer that too. I mean, for like people that come every week, I definitely give them a discount.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah,
Besides that,
loyalty cards, it's
All people that bring in clients.
you haven't brought anyone in. What are you
Oh,
talking about?
what?
who have you brought in, bro? Who have you brought in?
The whole village.
They need to go.
You brought me in, cuz.
Oh yeah, you did.
Who, your brother,
Dawood,
Dawood,
and then that led to Emad.
or Emad, yeah, but Emad's from
No,
Dawood.
like, did you?
Kinda. Like I think Emad asked
He just
me.
wants a discount, bro.
I don't want a discount. But I don't want a discount. You know, you got to support.
You having a rough time,
but
aren't you?
I've seen like a photo, like, or this is like a quote, like niggas would pay. Like $300 for someone they don't. Wait, how does it go? $300 for a to support a business of someone that they don't know because their friend didn't give them a product for half price. You get what I mean?
Wow, that petty.
Yeah.
People would.
I've
Like,
seen that. I've
You
seen
see,
that.
like,
post,
yeah,
I've
like
seen
if I open up a clothing brand and I didn't give you a discount because you're my friend, you just go and buy clothes from somewhere else because you get upset the fact that I didn't give you a discount.
Yeah,
Where
actually, I can see
you should
it,
be
yeah.
supporting me by
should
paying
be like
full price. Support small businesses. Hashtag support small businesses
I bought
You know
my
what? I had
iPhone
that
for-
and black businesses too.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I had that
You
conversation
would
with my
buy
cousin
this
as well
off
yesterday.
Yeah.
I told him you have to set your emotions like apart from business.
Yeah,
Something
you
like
definitely
that.
have to do that.
Just because, like, yeah, you can't give
I think that's why
discount.
like it's really hard to work with family. Like, if you have to like imagine firing your brother
Oh, bro.
or like your
That'd be-
cousin
Rashid,
because they're just working.
Rashid, you're getting fired, guys.
Yeah, because like imagine that like. Like
Yeah,
I know someone obviously like parents working together like that's all right.
Yeah.
Like but imagine like conflict like imagine having conflict with your like
bro.
your partner or your cousin because I want this or like that or like even mates. Oh, mates is all right, you know, to an extent, but it would be hard. Yeah, but anyways.
Anyways, we have to wrap up this episode because we're over time again. It just makes my encoding process a lot harder.
Mav's details will be on the description.
So Mav's details will be in the description, and we'll also probably leave his IG.
Please book
whatever.
him out so he can work the 50 day.
Well, don't book. Wait, don't book for. When do I normally go? Like Thursdays. Like every time I do go.
When's it late?
So it's late. Yeah.
No, I go like 12, 1.
12-1. I think that's when I go as well.
Yeah,
I'll probably go earlier.
So book Maverickdabarber because he keeps me like I'm not fresh right now, but like he keeps me fresh. Like just I don't know, just check something. I don't know. You'll see me fresh with a haircut, and it's his fault because you know what I'm saying. But anyways, we have to conclude this episode. Now we're gonna go back to memes of Ben Askren getting slapped. Thank you guys for joining us, and
That's
peace.
all right. That's it.